Design, plan, and plant a vegetable garden. There's nothing more fulfilling than planting your own vegetable garden and harvesting its mouth-watering treats. If you're new to vegetable gardening and don't know where to begin, following these simple guidelines will help you get started. There are many ways to design a vegetable garden. A well-designed vegetable garden can be attractive as well as functional. Consider size and available space. Do you want a small or large garden? Vegetable gardens do not have to be designed to fit large plots hidden away in the backyard. Most people do not have time to deal with all the maintenance and attention a large vegetable garden requires. While you want your garden to be large enough to suit your basic needs, you don't want it to be so big that it eventually becomes too demanding. You can also design your vegetable garden for small spaces using small beds or containers, which can be situated nearly anywhere as long as all their growing conditions are met. Designing a garden in smaller plots with paths woven in between allows for easier maintenance. Implement small beds in your design. Beds should not be more than 3 or 4 feet wide, allowing you to maneuver around the area easily. Instead of flat beds, consider raised ones edged with wood or stone. Raised beds are ideal for growing a variety of root crops, as they retain looser soil. Raised beds also adapt easily to nearly any location or shape, and they provide better drainage. Placing some type of garden sheeting and mulch over pathways will keep weeds down and improve its appearance. Use containers in your design. There is also the option of growing your vegetable garden in containers, which can be arranged in a number of ways including in hanging baskets. Containers can also be moved around easily, allowing you to garden anywhere, even on the patio or balcony. Vertical planting also works well for small spaces, providing support, taking up less space, and keeping plants off the ground with the use of a trellis, fence, or even a stepladder. Design using crop rotation and companion plantings. Design your garden each year so that crop rotation is implemented to prevent diseases from appearing throughout seasons. To accomplish this, avoid growing the same vegetable in the same location more than once every 3 years. Also, consider companion planting with flowers. This type of planting is ideal for reducing pest and disease problems within the vegetable garden. Plants with strong odors, such as marigolds or garlic, help deter insects. Flowers also encourage pollinating insects, which are beneficial to the healthy production of most vegetables. Flowers may be used as attractive screens to surround a garden as well. Careful planning will lessen the work of gardening. Planning is usually best done during fall or winter. Educate yourself. Learn more about your climate, soil conditions, the different types of vegetables and their individual requirements. The types of vegetables you choose must suit the climate. Choose your location. Choose a location and adjust your plans appropriately. Locate your garden near an ample water source and, preferably, close to your home. The location you choose should not be situated too close to large trees or wooded areas. Trees may compete with the garden for moisture or nutrients and may cast too much shade. Make sure there is adequate sunlight in an area with good drainage. While some vegetables may tolerate small amounts of shade, most crops depend on at least 8 hours of full sun in order to grow properly and maintain overall health. Avoid areas with extreme wind conditions. Wind can both damage crops and dry them out. Choose your vegetables. Beginners should start small and plan accordingly. Pick vegetables that are easily grown, suitable to your area, and only those which you will actually use. Choose garden vegetable plants that will accommodate your own family's needs. Sketch it out. Once you have established the design, it is often helpful to make a sketch. When you have a general idea about what you want, draw it out on paper and list the vegetables you would like to incorporate into your garden. Scan the surrounding landscape to make sure it will fit in. For instance, take note of sun and wind patterns. Does your location permit room for a plot of rows, small beds, or containers? If you locate any problem areas, it's best to deal with it now and plan accordingly. Planting the vegetable garden is less intimidating once its overall design and planning have been carefully thought out. Prepare the soil. Fall is typically the best time to prepare for your vegetable garden. Clear the area of weeds and other debris, rocks, sticks, etc., and rake the surface smooth. Turn the soil with a tiller or other appropriate garden tool. While the soil is turned during fall, it should be left in a semi-rough state until spring, when it will be worked into a more suitable condition for growing plants. Soil in the vegetable garden should be loose and should include organic matter. Composting is a great way to add fertility and organic material to poor soil areas. Without proper soil preparations, your vegetable garden will have difficulty thriving. Plant your vegetable garden. To determine the best time to plant any vegetable, check the hardiness zones for your area. Generally, once the threat of frost has passed in early spring, you can begin planting early crops. The most important thing to keep in mind when it comes to vegetable gardening is the fact that what you grow and when you grow it really depends on the locality in which you live, as variables in both climate and temperature have a huge impact with regards to individual plant requirements. Group vegetables according to their rate of maturity. Plant the early crops followed by late season ones. This technique will help keep the garden alive with continual growth while adding to its appearance. If you design and plan accordingly, your garden will require less maintenance and provide more productivity. Once you have found a size and design that work for you, stick with it. In time, you will find that you get better and so will your vegetables.